Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This has been a little bit of a rushed start because I had a monitor failure literally as we were coming to the grid. So wholeheartedly apologise for the really rushed start. The colour scheme is going to be slightly wrong for some people as I'm using an older version of the overlay. But we will get through it and I will sort it in the intermission. Joining me in keeping me on the straight and narrow, I really hope, is our graphics god, Mr. Domino. Hello to you, sir.
Hello. And are you relaxed now?
Now I have a working monitor. Yes, I am absolutely fine. We are live. I didn't want to miss another round, so we unfortunately, for various reasons, we haven't had a broadcast here on the Formula Renault League. For a couple of rounds. We missed rounds 2 and 3. Nick did stand in with someone. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that recording uploaded for broadcast. So never mind. We haven't got time to talk about that now. Let's have a look at who we got. We've got 19 drivers, and it's Tim Delisle on the front row, along with Alex Bennett. That is there as well. You can't see the names. There we go. We are getting ready to race. Very rushed, but we will get there. Right. Standing start, here we go. It is Phillip Island. Let's go then. Oh, Alex Bennett hasn't moved. A terrible start for Alex Bennett then. Oh my goodness me, he completely forgot to change gear. Oh my goodness me, to Tim Delisle, main championship contender. He wasn't with us last time around, so he has lost the championship lead to this man, Paul Hilbrink. Ignore all the colourings. I know they're wrong. Let's get that out there again. The interface does actually say that there's 21,000 laps. That issue has already been corrected, but we will get that dealt with as time goes on. Right.
There's a car off. There's a car.
There is a car. Oh, it's Tim Delisle.
It's Tim Delisle.
Oh my. What's happened to Tim Delisle? Oh, he ran too wide. Oh, he ran too wide. Coming out of turn 3 or 4, I think that is. And as he's come back on, he's fallen all the way down to the field. He's now last. Oh, and that's somebody else has gone horribly wrong. Yeah, he's had a spin. Oh, my goodness me. I don't know who that was that had a spin with him. Dominic Gaydimer and Thomas Knoll are already back. Oh, it was Thomas Knoll that went for that massive spin. It's Manuel Hoyer that is now leading the way. Well, I'm glad I caught the start eventually.
They are not giving us the time to get our breath in the end. Jesus Christ. Everything is just, hitting off at the beginning.
That's my Discord. No, didn't want that to be there. Apologies. Oh, goodness me. I'm going to try. Oh, that's in the way as well. Oh, goodness me. I am so sorry for this horrible disorganization. Like I said, I had a monitor failure 10 minutes ago. I had to go up in the loft to retrieve 2 monitors, and one of which wouldn't start. So that's why it was in a horrible rush. So
Phil Reed and Sorokin fighting a very close battle for P3 here. I think Phil Reed is he really wants that position. I'm really interested to see, because these guys, from what I've seen in the practice, these cars are so loose. They are on the edge of what the downforce can provide for them. So we have a lot of cars going off in the practice.
Right, Nick, do what you can to cover for me. I'm going to try and sort the overlay out whilst you're talking. You talk about someone and I'll get the cameras on them.
We are having Luke Barton, Morik and Kimman, P5, P6 and P7. These 3 guys are really fighting, and we have Lindstrom in a close battle through getting up to them. Kimman is looking. I don't think he's going for the outside into turn 1. That could possibly go horribly wrong. We see Hoyer getting fastest lap up there. He's getting away from Elbring a bit.
He's pulling away, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. But this 3 guy battle is. This could get really heated really fast.
Oh, it already is. Oh, look at that. Yep, that's Lubomir Moritz having a go. 3 wide coming into, I think, a right-hander is turn 5. I haven't even got my circuit map open. Barton is right in there.
That was in turn 4, and he got both of them. What an overtake.
Keeman, well played, sir, has nailed both Norwich and Barton, and that's like a Lindstrom that's right on the back of that particular pack looking to make up some ground. He's looking very, very keen to try and make up the move. But yeah, Manuel Hoyer 1.5 seconds ahead of Paul Ilbrink. That's not a common phrase to say.
No, but we have seen, you know, at the round that you unfortunately didn't get uploaded, that Hoyer is a guy that really wants to fight at the top of the championship. He's a really fast guy.
That's me trying to correct things. Apologies. Lots of things are popping up. Oh, it's Norwich!
Luke Barton and Keen into turn 1. Barton he's taking that position back. And Lindstrom is getting ahead of Morik as well. Jeez,
what a stunning forward. Right at the back of the field as well. Just about to say, Tim Delisle and Daniel Morris having a bit of a battle. Tim Delisle's not giving up on anything. He's 15 seconds off the lead, but he's not giving up on anything. Oh, Keeman and Barton again. That's turn 5 again. Nicely done from car number 12, Luke Barton. That's coming a 5-way battle now as Alex Bennett on his recovery drive after a disastrous start. He's also gaining on them pretty damn quick. Look at this.
He's looking like, guys, that's a party I really want to be a part of.
Let me in, let me in. Right, I think I have the right overlay bit installed. Just need to install the skins and then I am actually ready to start this broadcast 4 laps too late.
well, better late than never.
Better late than never, yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if Barton can keep Keeman behind him here. Ooh, that's a good exit. Keeman is getting out of the last corner. He's trying that outside again.
But it's just so many people buzzing around him. And look at the pack. There's another 4-way battle going on right behind them. And that...
Bennett overtaking Morik into turn 1.
Yeah, there is indeed Salubin Morris down into 9th. Tim Delisle with the fastest lap again. And that 4-way battle behind them is Evan Imre, James Pinsker, Cedric Beale, James Clay, and Sarah Dove not far on the back of them either. Wow! Side by side again, turn 5, sorry Nick. Keeman and Barton once again having a fight there. Erkan Lindstrom is he's watching on. Bennett and Morich right behind them. Good grief, I can't keep up.
These guys, Phillip Island again, you know,
yeah,
showing off that this is really a good track to have some racing on.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it twice in the GTE League now. Once in the dark. Thanks for that, because I didn't know the track in the dark. I didn't know it in the daylight, let alone in the dark. Yeah, that was great fun to try and keep up with.
Yeah, and the second time, you know, it went from light to dark, so I just had a couple of...
Yeah, you did that on purpose, didn't you? You did that on... Yeah.
No, I had a couple of laps to actually learn the track, you know, because that was my first comment.
Oh, there again, Barton! Luke Barton again on Keeman. That's turn 1. Nice effort there. I mean, there are other people involved in the race, I grant you that. Oh, Evan Imre Pinsker! That was James Pinsker nailing Evan Imre on the left-hander of turn 2. Right behind is Bean and Clay. Sarah Dove is still just about a second behind them. Tim Delisle just saw in the back of the shot, 4.5 seconds behind them. Oh, Barton again! Barton and Keeman, turn 5. Goodness me!
I don't think that this will stop for the next 32 laps.
You'd think this was the sprint race.
Ooh. Lindstrom just had a
what did he do?
A moment. He has a moment with the rear and he's losing position.
Oh, well caught! Slammed on the brakes, but kept it that one. And that's Cedric Beale that's gone past him. James Clay right behind.
It's not an easy car to catch when it first gets loose.
No, there's a lot of torque under the right foot.
He's just wanna go.
Right, keep going, Nick. I think I've got the necessary ingredients to correct how everything looks.
Morik and Alex Bennett going in side by side into turn 1.
Oh, several side by sides going on. Imre and Pinsker as well.
It's not fair. I can't keep up either. Let's see. And Bennett did take Morik there. So he
was ahead of Morik before, I think. Look at this! I mean, that is in that shot. We're just in Keeman, Barton, Bennett, Moritz, Pinsker, Imre, Lindstrom, Beale, James Clay. Oh, James Clay was having a look again on the inside of that turn 5. Sarah Dove is falling a bit off the back of this particular pack, but in the background there's Tim Delisle. He is gaining very, very rapidly, but he's not going to gain enough to get up to the lead, but he is going to get well stuck into this great battling going on.
He's gonna love that these guys are fighting as much as they are, because they're just losing a bunch of time compared to what they would if they just sat down and got away. But Keyman is definitely getting a bit of a gap to Barton. And then there's like Benek, Morik, Pinsker, Imre, Lindstrom.
That's Barton and Bennett. Barton had a terrible exit from the previous corner, but every car's going to turn white because I'm refreshing the skins. That should turn everybody into the right colour. Everybody is going to be racing for... Oh, well, that is lots of side-by-sides. Alex Bennett's the only one of the right colour at the moment. He's representing Comrade. Oh, wow, that is... I'm so glad I was able to get a monitor resolution going on. Look at that! Luke Barton almost side-by-side for several corners on Alex Bennett. Right behind Lubomir Morris, then James Pinsker, then Erkan Lindstrom, Evan Imre right there as well. Absolutely.
Barton and Bennett, a bit of a touch going into turn 4. And then he goes to the inside. Oh my goodness, guys.
Oh, troubles! That's James Clay! James Clay's overcooked it coming into that turn 5. What's he done? Oh, he went... Yeah, he just wandered off the road, and he's so clumsy and so slow. Oh, this is absolutely... Right, well, now that the colours are correct, it's only taken me a quarter of the race to get that bit done. Now I should be able to get the overlay sorted out. I am not letting your hard work go to waste, Mr. Domino. I will add, Nick Domino, my co-commentator for this, puts a lot of work into this. No, that's the skin pack. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Just a bit. Oh, we have Alex Bennett. Now he's going from Barton again. One more time. He's going onto the outside into turn 1. And
all 3 right behind them.
Idea. Oh my god, guys. That's not a place that you want to be. But then he gets inside into turn 2.
On Lindstrom. Right. I'm reloading this theme now, so this might cause...
Bennett off.
Have a look at Alex Bennett.
That jump and a half. That was a jump and a half. That can't be good for...
Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. We just... Yeah, he's going to feel that one when he lands. Right. Theme is going to load, so Nick's... his voice might break up if he tries to speak, but hopefully the numbers will correct themselves if I haven't killed everything. Right, and... Now, yes, we have got the correct overlay and the correct skins. Oh, it's only taken to lap 9. Right, I wholeheartedly apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. I genuinely do. Let me just double check that we are actually streaming. We are live. We haven't just been talking to no one. Yes, that is actually true.
That would have been good.
Oh, don't. Right. Oh, goodness me. Right, we are back in with how everything should be looking.
Tim is pitting. He's pitting early.
It's a mandatory stop. Yeah. It's a mandatory stop, isn't it, for the feature race, which, of course, we are now well and truly into. We can't see him, unfortunately, because the camera doesn't look properly. So Tim DeLance has opted to take his, very early. They're not marginal on fuel or anything like that, but let's just have a quick run through the field and how this should actually look. Manuel Hoyer, car number 76 for UI1 Positive Sim Racing Orange in the lead. Paul Elbrink, car number 10 for Radicals Online in second. Phil Reed for AOR Blue in 44. In third position, Alexei Sorokin in 87, also for UI1 Positive Sim Racing Orange in fourth position. Then it is I Keeman. I don't know his first name because he's just known as I. His skin still appears to be white to me.
I haven't received anything from him.
That's why, so that is correct. He is in a bright white car, but doing well there in fifth position. His first race of the season, is it?
I wasn't here. I wasn't looking for the last race, so I don't know if he had done that one. But first time I have commentated. Yeah.
Car number 12, Luke Barton for SimSport News. Hole now at the lead of this particular train. Here comes James Pinsker for Team Tepper. Looks to dethrone Luke Barton and absolutely flies past him. Evan Imre has brought his car in from, I think it was 12th position. Very, very close. Nicely done from Pinsker. And that right behind is Luke Barton. Lubomir Moritz, rather, as my headphones has now died. Oh, what else is going to go wrong? That's because the battery you've got on. That at least I can easily resolve because I have two sets of headphones plugged in. That's the joy of having children for you. Right, that bit is at least dealt with. Car number 98 in 9th position is Erkan Lindström for Cinesport News. Then it is Cedric Beale for MX5 Racing in car number 19. Sarah Dove in 11th for AOR Purple in 177. Then it is Alex Bennett in car 22 for Comrade. In 12th, James Clay in 9th position for Team Tepper. In 13th position, in car number 9 rather, for Team Tepper. Then Daniel Morris in treble 7 for AOR Red. Evan Imre has come out of the pit in 15th position in 147 for AOR Purple. Tim Delisle, who's been through the pits as well, car number 16. Now catch my breath. And Raul Alvarez for Cosgrove Motorsport Honda is the last remaining runner. Dominic Gademir and Thomas Knoll. And sadly, we lost at the beginning of the race. And that's Moritz and Barton once again having a scrap. This time for 7th position. Moritz does not want to lose another one. Just manages to cut Luke Barton off. Oh, he's 1-2 wide though. But no, Barton can't capitalise on that. Oh, trouble for Phil Reed. He's gone off. He's gone off on the exit of turn 4. Yep, he's run a little bit too wide and had a spin in the 44 car, and he's reappeared in 5th position behind Keeman. But he's got that big pack right behind him. He doesn't want to be caught up in that. Daniel Morris has brought his car into the pits.
That's our Pad Warrior going off. I would not want to drive with that again in here. But he, you know, coming down to these 3-4 guys who's really battling, that was not what he wanted.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
And Pinsker, he's on a tear. But he needs to you know, just get a bit of room and get away from these guys if you want to catch Keeman, who's really, you know, put some gap between those guys.
But the previous lap though, Phil Reed was one of the quickest, if not the quickest. He was the quickest man on track last time around before that spin. So Phil Reed has got some amazing pace. That's the view from Lubomir Moritz as he is chasing James Pinsker, wanting to take that 6th position through turn 1. And brakes a little earlier than Pinsker does. They come around that long 2.
We just have had Sarah Duff going past Cedric Beale into turn 1. Just a lovely textbook overtaking going onto the inside.
And just as I cut away, that was Pinsker and Moritz that was side by side. No, sorry, it was Pinsker and Reed side by side. There's been so many side by sides going on. It looks like they're finally settling down now. Now I'll have an opportunity to open my track map and actually give me an idea of what corners are where. I'm still not entirely familiar with this particular circuit. There we go. As I was turn 4, the corner will be calling turn 5. That's turn 10 they've just gone through, or the pack we're looking at the moment of Reed, Pinsker, Moritz and Barton. Oh, so what's...
I have control over turn 1. I know where that is.
Yeah, you got that one down. Another one in. Erkan Lindström has decided to bring his car into the pits for his mandatory pit stop. Looks like it's about 6.8 seconds, give or take, for how long they're stationary for, as Pinsker gets very interested on demoting Reed, but doesn't quite do it. Lubomir Moritz is still looking to get involved in this particular battle. Right behind them, Luke Barton is looking on, waiting for his opportunity. So plenty of fighting still to resolve.
But this was what I was talking about, you know. Now Phil is looking into his mirrors, because these guys are not, you know, they don't know the word of lifting off. So they're just really pushing, and now he has to, you know, maybe looking into the mirrors, braking a bit wrong, and not really hitting those lap times they were before. And his tires will, of course, have lost a bit of grip with that spin.
Phil looking to break away from Pinsker now, as Moritz is getting right into the rear wing of James Pinsker. So we're focusing mainly on this particular battle. Actually, right behind Sarah Dove is another three-way battle potentially formed between herself, Cedric Beale and Alex Bennett. There is the Comrade Gaming 22. Again, everybody in the top 12 yet to pit. That's Moritz and Delisle that's had a crack at one another. Moritz getting the nice move on the inside of turn 1, then defends the inside for 2. Nicely done by the 66 car as he moves up into 6th position. What's going on with Bennett? Oh, Bennett! Huge issue for Alex Bennett. He's off into the wall. What on earth happened there? He made the inside manoeuvre. That's Cedric Beale. Oh, as he's turned in, Cedric Beale's understeered. And that is off into the wall. Cedric just grazed the wall. Oh my goodness me. And Alex is out. He's returned to the pits. Cedric has continued. Another one gone from this race.
Alex just, he just went flying across the track. He had no way of stopping that car.
I was a bit unlucky as Cedric just kind of understeered into him. I don't think it was anyone's fault particularly. That one may or may not go to the stewards, but I don't really see what they could do. Raul has brought his car in. He's really struggled. He's some way off the pace in this race. He's already a lap down from the leaders, but still continuing nonetheless. So now we're down to 16 cars in this particular race. One of you might be able to... Can you just double check, Mr. Nick, that the stream is up and live and working okay? I'm just paranoid.
It is up and live. I am having it on my second screen just to be looking. Good.
That's fine, as long as it's there.
Yeah. A word on actually Raul, he is really climbing a huge mountain here. Because if you look at the driver's iRating, he's at 1,100.
Oh wow, yes.
Which is
quite a way behind.
Very yeah. Where everybody else is like, more than
3,000, 3,000 to 4,000.
3,000.
So I mean that doesn't mean that Raul's bad. It just means he's inexperienced. Am I right?
Yeah, or that he doesn't really, drive many official races. But
well, yeah,
I would say driving against guys at 7K, that's alien stuff, and there are a lot of them.
And there are a lot of them. Has Keeman just made a mistake somewhere? No, I don't think he did. I thought he suddenly lost a position to Sorokin. He has lost a position to Sorokin, but I thought it was sudden, and it wasn't at all. His last lap time was actually quicker than Sorokin.
No, Sorokin had a glitch. He disappeared from globally. Yeah, that's what happened. As James Clay is taking his car into the pits.
The Team Tepper number 9 has come in to serve his pit stop. That was the wrong button. Didn't need to do that.
Have you seen who's actually just slowly but steadily climbing up the ladder at the moment?
Are you referring to Mr. Delisle?
I am referring to Mr. Delisle. As he's just posting the laps and laps and laps, getting up there. And his last lap wasn't actually that impressive.
The fastest lap of the race actually belongs to car number 44, Phil Reed. Narrowly, I think he actually did that lap, 1:15.835, the lap before he span. So,
well, you're saying that, but I will dispute your claim there, Mister.
Why? Who's got the first lap?
It's
Tim Delisle at 15.596. Yes.
As Hoyer is pitting and Keeman.
And so is Keeman. Yep. So 2 more into the pits. I was going to hand the lead over to Mr. Ulbrink. Oh, another one in.
Like that.
Luke Barton. He's brought his car in as well. Who are we going to look at? Who shall we look at as the field now relatively spread out? Leaving Moritz about 1.1 behind Phil Reed. And Hoyer and Keeman have come back out of the pits. I mean, they're some 10 seconds apart. So, oh no, beg your pardon. That's oh no, they are about 10 seconds apart. It's just now Cedric Beale is in between the pair of them. He's now up to 8th position with the pit stops going up.
And see, certainly with the pit stops actually done. Oh,
Evan and Erke Lindström having a battle into turn 1. Can Evan turn in? Oh, he did. Nice move from the 147. He managed to turn in enough to keep Erke Lindström behind him. Nicely done there, good sir. It's the closest battle we've got, and they're about a second behind Luke Barton. There he is in car number 12 at the top of the shots. They come through turn 4. Right behind them, James Clay. Lubomir has gained a bit on Phil Reed, so we will have a potential battle for 3rd position beginning to form fairly soon. Is there any particular advantage to pitting earlier or later in these cars?
Well, if you pit earlier, you're able to just get into to a rhythm, and really, get the tires up to a bit of temperature and just nailing those laps, qualifying laps. By pitting later, sometimes you might have the advantage of people making mistakes or something like that.
Oh, Manuel Hoyer spun. Manuel Hoyer, the 76 car, has spun. What has he done? He was on his own, completely on his own. Oh, he caught the apex on turn 1. Absolutely full crank. And that's going to take a while to recover from that. Of course, he would come to rest facing the wrong way. Oh, no. Disaster.
And suddenly, Tim Delisle is within 2.9 seconds of the previous leader. He is going for it.
Oh, Erkan Lindstrom and Evan Imre. At turn 4, Evan had to bow out of that one, but Erkan bounced off of the apex quite hard there. But Firm but Fair Racing, Phil Reed and James Pinsker have brought their cars into the pits. Again, was the wrong button. Sarah Dove as well has come in. That's just going to leave Ilbrink, Sorokin, Morich and Beale yet to see the pit lane. Oh, my goodness me. I'm so glad I've been able to actually join this race with the problems I was having pre-stream.
These guys are really going for it, and there was 2 guys side by side. Hoyer has just overtaken Kimman into turn 1.
Oh, that's close. Kimman have a look on the outside as Hoyer defends the inside for that long turn 2. Can the plain white car do anything about it? Oh, great exit from turn 2 from Hoyer. That's surely going to keep that position. They sweep through turn 3. Freeman gains, but it's not going to be close. Oh, he gets very close. Bit of a lock-up there for Manuel Hoyer.
Tim Delisle just going for Phil Reed into turn 4.
Side by side. Phil Reed manages to hold on to it as he has the inside line through turn 6. Oh, but he's gone too wide, and Tim Delisle has absolutely nailed him. Ilbrink and Sorokin have come into the pits. Well, from being last on the opening laps due to a spin, now up to 7th. Who else is he going to gain? Keeman is only a couple of seconds ahead of him. Lubomir Moritz now leads the way.
Ilbrink came out of the pits with quite a big margin now after Hoyer's little dance around.
Absolutely, yeah. That's unless Paul Ilbrink flies off the road somewhere, which at this track is very easy to do. Raul has had a... Oh, wow, yeah. Raul Alvarez has had a huge incident. What has he done? Oh, touched the grass and up. Oh! Ow. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Bouncing off of a Marshall Tower is going to hurt. I don't care who you are, what you're made of. Oh, Cedric Beale has just lost his... I think...
No, he's fighting. Sorokin just came out of the pits and he's fighting to get... Because Sorokin is on new tires, but they're still a bit cold, so they will just take this, 1 lap tracks to get up to temperature.
He's having a go though, trying to get on the inside of Sorokin. Here comes Manuel Hoyer on the inside of Beale as they're heading through the twisties towards turn 10. Oh, into the left-hander of 9. And now side by side. Oh, can Manuel Hoyer on the outside of turn 10? He can, and Keeman looks to try and do the same thing. Gets alongside, but has to mount the curb. Wow, goodness me. Beale still doesn't come in. He's got another 10 laps to do it.
No,
but he is losing time. Morich hasn't come in either. He's chosen to continue and lead the way. He's 13 seconds to the good, so doesn't have to. Here comes Keeman.
He's going on the inside of her on Sorokin into turn 1, and that was no contest.
Yeah, Manuel Hoyer. Oh, Beale's gone too deep into 2. Oh, left the door wide open for Keeman. On the inside and through into 5th.
That was a moment for Beale.
He did have a bit of a wobble, didn't he?
Yeah, just caught the right rear tire onto the grass, and that's a brown pants moment. And
now look who's joined this party. Tim Delisle has got Beale, Keeman, Sorokin and Hoyer all right ahead of him. If he's able to pass them, that'll be a podium potentially for Tim Delisle. And Lubomir Moritz has yet to see the pit lane.
As he does now.
Just as I say that, he's come in, so he could well come out behind. In fact, he will come out behind this particular package is a 27-ish second pit lane loss, and it's 24.7 between Delisle and Morich before Morich came in. So Ilbrink takes over the lead. Hoyer is going to be second at the moment, but quite a huge gap between the two. Cedric Beale is in trouble. No, he's not in trouble. He's in the pit lane. Never mind. 9 seconds. Oh, Lindstrom is in trouble, though. What's happened to Erka Lindstrom? Oh, just too wide. That's at turn 10. That's James Clay right behind him.
That's not really a place that you want to go too wide.
No. Oh, again, it's one of these really clumsy. It takes a very long time to recover from that. Morich and Pinsker have just swapped round. Let's just see that one again. What did James Pinsker do here? Oh, leave him here. Either let him go or was very, very slow off the previous corner. James Pinsker up into 7th position, but Tim Delisle now in 5th.
Yeah, he was behind Phil Reed just before, right?
He's been ahead of Phil for a few laps now.
Okay.
But also bear in mind that Tim Delisle came into the pits 14 laps ago. So Tim has had an absolutely if anybody could do it, of course, it was going to be Tim Delisle.
Yeah, of course. But then again, you know, by him being back there and just getting the laps in, he hasn't really used his DRS. These cars have DRS, but a certain amount of DRS. So he will have that advantage now.
And how much of an impact does that DRS have?
Well, not that much, but it's, you know, you will probably need it when you're within half a second. I will say that then you can feel it, and you might pass somebody, but it's not like a Formula 1 DRS.
Phil Reed closing in on Delisle again. He's been there or thereabouts for quite a few laps, coming into turn 4 now. And that's they've closed right in on Keeman as well. So Phil Reed is not giving up on the potential of being ahead of Tim Delisle. Alex Bennett, after being in the pits for 2.5 minutes, he came back on track a little while ago, but because he's 50 seconds behind Daniel Morrow, so we haven't really seen him. But there he is, the Comrade Gaming car, not giving up whatsoever.
I'm impressed with that. That's, you know,
it's dedication.
It can be so demoralizing driving around while not really doing anything.
Oh, that's Morich, Dove and Barton in this particular three-way battle coming down the hill towards turn 10. Very, very close battling going on there. And look at Sarah Dove trying to find a way past Lubomir Morich on the nose of Luke Barton. Lubomir again either just letting people go or has got a problem of some description as Dove and Barton fly past. Is Barton going to try and nail Sarah Dove as well coming into turn 1? Side by side as he sweeps onto the inside, but Sarah's going over the inside for turn 2. And she manages to defend that second position. It's a long corner. Oh, but can Barton hold on? He's still going for it. He's still side by side with the 177 car as they now sweep through turn 3. He wants the inside line for 4, and he's still got that inside line. Now on the brakes, and Sarah Dove is not giving up on it whatsoever. Brilliant stuff. They've been side by side almost all lap long so far. Sarah's now going to have the inside for 5, and still that position is hers. Well, goodness me, now Barton does manage to nose into the lead. Can he secure the position? Sarah Dove's not giving up and down. Finally has to concede. That's taken almost a full lap.
That was 7 corners side by side.
Wow. Brilliantly driven by both Luke Barton and Sarah Dove. Lubomir Morich hasn't given up on it. Oh, yeah. You can see the left side of the front wings bent. That's why he's struggling. Oh.
Tim have lost position.
What's Tim done? Tim's had a problem somewhere. Yeah, because he's now suddenly... He's had a spin somewhere. What's he done?
Out of turn 4, he just got a bit wobbly.
Well, that's where I've gone back to on the replay, coming down towards... I think. Yep, we're just coming to turn 4 now. That's the exit 4. Oh, yep, there he goes. The tail let go and spat Tim Delisle onto the inside. So that's given Phil Reed 5th position now, 1.7 seconds between Delisle and Reed, and Phil is now looking to attack Keeman for 4th. He's not going to waste his opportunity. We still have another, what have we got, 6 and a bit laps to go of this race, or 6.5 minutes. Phil Reed can't yet get past Keeman, but he's certainly going to shape up a move. Sarah Dove and Luke Barton still very side by side, very close together as well. Coming through turn 10, and they've dropped. Leave it. Here comes Phil Reed side by side with Keeman. Keeman holding onto the inside line. Phil Reed. He's gone through, but Keeman's going to have the inside line side by side through turn 1. That's very brave. I can't overstate how brave that is, because if these things touch, it's pretty disastrous.
Yeah, you definitely. There's nothing called rubbing is racing in this kind of series.
No.
They will crash.
Rubbing is death, generally.
Yeah.
Oh, Keeman on the inside of 4. Wow, goodness me! If you have a crack at someone at 1, the counter point for that is turn 4. That's absolutely amazing stuff.
That was late braking. That was really late braking.
He got it done though. He got it done.
He did.
Oh, Sarah Dove was pretty close to Luke Barton. Moritz has now got. He did have. Oh, that must be. Oh, that's Alex Bennett that's just gone. I was seeing one of the Comrade cars and realising it couldn't have been James Clay, because he's a Teplica for a start. But that's Alex Bennett minding his own business and still clocking up the miles. Phil Reed is closing back in on Keeman.
With the fastest lap now.
15 at 5:39, indeed it is. Here comes Phil Reed again, forced to the outside for turn 1, but he's got the move done before they even get there this time. So how is Keeman going to counter attack this one? Sirotkin is a couple of seconds further down the road. Less than 5 minutes to go of this feature race. It feels like a sprint race. It's just been non-stop action. Oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to cope with the sprint race.
This is, well, yeah. As long as it isn't as Monza, where we had, half the field going out.
Dead, yeah, absolutely. Keeman staying very close to Phil Reed, but not able to counter-attack him just yet. Staying in his tyre tracks.
Off going for a late move on Bartons into turn 4.
Yeah, Sarah Dove's managed to nose ahead, but she's going to have the outside line for the next couple of turns.
Oh, they're touching! No, that was that.
Oh, well held, Sarah Dove. There goes Moritz. James Clays, right there with an out. Oh, that was a shame. Just pushed a little bit too far offline for Sarah Dove.
She's been driving a really good race.
Yeah, definitely.
James Clay is looking for her. See if he can get past there as well.
Yeah, here comes Keeman and Reed again into turn 1. Keeman's, there's Tim Delisle looking to get involved as well. We can use him as a cameraman at the moment. Through turn 1. No one making a move just yet. Now Tim Delisle closes in. Really, really close. I forgot what the incident limit is for this. Is it 12 or no?
I will find that out.
Can't remember, but no one's got any significant incident count anyway, so that's really not gonna be a part of this race. I wouldn't think. Alexei Sirotkin having some lag moments that's throwing the timings a little bit out. But Phil Reed is going to have to defend for all he's worth for another 3 minutes before the checkered flag falls.
Yeah, it's not really a track that is hard on the track levels, but it has definitely produced good racing.
Yeah, it produces some incredible racing this very evening.
Now we have Phil Reed came in part 5 into turn 1 again, and Delisle thinking, I want to be a guest star in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. He wants well, he's had ringside seats for that all race long.
Oh, definitely.
Most certainly so. Here we go again. Oh, Delisle was having a look on Keeman for a brief moment as they sweep through. And I wondered if Phil had left the door open a little bit, but it did manage to turn in hard enough through turn 2. Oh, Delisle's off! Delisle's overcooked that one again. That was where his first spin was, I think. Was turn 3.
He's really pushing.
More than the car can handle. Side by side again for these two coming through turn 4, but cannot get that one done. That is just the... Keeman is trying everything he possibly can to try and get through, past, but he might try and go through Phil Reed, but we wouldn't recommend that he does.
Sometimes you have to, you know.
And now I've lost sound. Oh my goodness me! That's made a prompt come up on stream. Everything is going wrong.
Well, that's how it is. But yeah, he's having a big battle with the Pad Warrior here. Oh, he's getting up there again. Ooh, Saradov and James Clay have had enough. I think they've had an argument. Ooh,
yeah. I have sound, but I don't have any. I have no iRacing sound, and she's had another spin trying to recover. Yep, there she goes. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Sarah Dove has that's undone. Well, at least we're only less than a minute from the end of this particular race. I'll be able to resolve the sound issue when we change into our sprint race. But Keeman again very close to Phil Reed, not able to do anything.
And Sarah's losing a position to Beal as well.
But Clay and Lindstrom were having a scrap through turn 1 into and through 2 and 3. That's 11th position for Lindstrom. God, there's so many fights to look at. But the checker flag will come out shortly. Oh, Phil, you were a little bit wide coming through 9, but does manage to shut the door just about.
Well, that has been his line for the last couple of...
Oh, he's had a wiggle, though! He's had a wiggle coming through turn 11. Side by side, that's opened the door for Keeman. Keeman's gone through. The checker flag is now out, waiting for Paul Ilbring. That's gifted the 4th position to Keeman. Isn't he just?
He's coming back.
And he's got him before they get into turn 1. That was a great recovery from Phil Reed to gain that 4th position back. Now into turn 2. Surely Keeman is going to be thinking about a dive bomb move into turn 4. It was either going to be turn 4 or turn 10. I'd have thought it's going to be his best options. There's Tim Delisle. Unless these two come together, Tim Delisle's not really going to be involved in this fight whatsoever. And there he goes into turn 4. And he's managed to do it. Phil Reed could not turn in early enough, but he's going to be on the outside for the next couple of turns. No, not quite. Keeman, rather, up into 3rd position. Where's Paul? There he is. He's not crossed the line yet. Keeping a very firm eye on this particular fight. So now it's going to be up to Phil to do something at turn 10. As Alex Bennett's come into the pits again, there's a bit of a shame. And no, Phil's not in a position to attack. So your winner for the feature race here at Phillip Island is Paul Ilbring, car number 10. Then is going to be Manuel Hoyer, who led for a significant part of the first phase of the race. He's going to come home in second, so it's a decent recovery drive for him. Alexei Sorokin is going to round out the podium position. Then Keeman is only just going to fend off Phil Reed. That one mistake was all it was that handed that 4th position to Keeman. 5th is Phil Reed. 6th, Tim Delisle. He will not be pleased by that at all. James Pinsker comes over the line in 7th. Luke Barton, a distant 8th place. There he is for Sim Sport News. Then is Lubomir Moric. We'll take 9. Rounding up the top 10 is Evan Imre. Not too far down the road actually is Erkan Lindstrom. There he is in 11th. James Clay, 14th Tepper, is going to come across the line in 12th. Sergio Beal, not too far back in 13th position, but sadly, with the end of her race just completely disintegrating, what a great shame for Sarah Dove as she tails the field, a lonely 14th. 17.5 seconds in the end. Oh, wow.
I will make a cheap plug here. I've made Sarah's driving with a new helmet today.
Okay.
Which I made as well. Yeah. Just a cheap plug there.
Why not? Well, the results then. It was Pinsker. Oh, wow. I've got Pinsker. Okay, the results tab doesn't work.
The results tab doesn't work.
No, the results tab come up with all kinds of weird... well, I've got Pinsker twice, Moritz twice, Lindstrom twice for 7th, 9th and 11th. So
I will have that fixed for the next round.
That'll be something for you to fix. So technical issues all across the board.
That's how it is.
Oh, wow.
Well, you did get your hide all button back.
I did get my hide all button back. Yes, absolutely true. So that is the feature race. That was just action beginning to end, including technical problems from me, for which I apologise once again for. But give us a little bit of time. We will then get ready for Discord. Thank you. We'll now get ready for the sprint race. So bear with us. Come back to us in a few minutes, and we will be back for the next round here at Phillip Island. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the sprint race here for round 4 of Apex Online Racing's iRacing Formula 3.5 League. So, do the introduction properly this time. I am King Kodiak. I have been your commentator, or one of your commentators for the feature race. Keeping me on the straight and narrow, thank goodness you are, is Mr. Dick Domino.
I'm some leg issues here.
Oh, nasty, nasty. So far I am not. So, again, we were beset by technical trouble in the sprint race. We hope we will not have the same thing this time around. Looks like everything is okay stream side. If you could just double check that as well, Mr. Nick, that would be awfully nice of you. So now we are in the qualifying session. I haven't got the overlay on. Let's try that again. There we go. Right. So we're in the qualifying session now for the sprint races. We watch Phil Reed do the... Where's Mr. Hilbert? There he is. He won the feature race. There he is in the Radicals Online number 10. We'll follow him through for a hot lap here at Phillip Island. 19 drivers have reappeared, but a couple of people have either returned to the pits. Tim Delisle's gone back to the pit lane. Oh, that's going to be trouble for him. Oh, and that's a huge issue for Paul Hilbrink. Just as I say that, he's gone skating off the road at turn 9. And, oh, that could be problems then for Paul Hilbrink. Let's follow Phil Reed, who was doing an amazing lap backwards. He did a lap in reverse in the practice session, which was awfully nice to see. Sweeping through turn 1 then is Phil Reed, absolutely flat out over to the right hand side to then sweep through turn 2. We've seen how much action this whole track has generated for us in the feature race, so we'll see if we have even more of the same. I am fully anticipating more of the same. I am likely to have a heart attack before the end of the sprint race is done. Turn 3 is a fairly non-existent one. Turn 4, oh, Phil's gone very, very deep. Coming into that turn, there's just so much action going on there. Turn 5 almost doesn't exist. Now the left-hander of turn 6. Phil gets fairly close to the apex, then nails it on the exit, and then just ignores turn 7 entirely, and we'll do the same thing for turn 8. There's a lot of bumps around here. We'll catch people out now. They're really tough. Turn 9, this was especially challenging in the dark when our GTE leads did it. And down the hill, heavy on the brakes for turn 10. Bounces over the apex. Sweep through 11. I can never forget Sarah Dove winning the Pro-Am category on the last lap of the this turn, the final lap of the race. Tim Delisle's the first one to get a time on the board with an 18.0, but you can expect that to be broken. Here comes Phil Reed. What does he get on the board? It is a 1:15.7. That's a bit more like it. Pinsker with a 15.6 as well. Goodness me, they just have the one lap to set their times. Erkan Lindstrom has done a 16.4. Alex Bennett with a 15.2 in the Comrade Gaming 22 car. Very nicely done. As has Manuel Hoyer, a 15.284 for him, 12 thousandths of a second behind Bennett. Oh, very, very close. Thomas Knoll, we didn't see him much at all. He has got a time on the balls of 120, so fairly non-representative, I think it's fair to say. Lubomir Moric has done a 15.5, jumps up into 3rd position. People still circulating. Raul Alvarez has got a 20.8 on the board. Evan Imre 16.5 in the 147 car. James Clay is still circulating. Sarah Dove, Cedric Beale and Alexis Sorokin not on track. Daniel Morris as well won't be getting a time on the board. James Clay coming through. That's turn 4, so he's very early. He's only got a minute to get back to the flag. Where's Hilbrink? There he is. He's at the same point. Well, we did see him have that big incident, and Gaydemir is at exactly the same point in the course. So they're not going to make it, surely.
I'm back.
Aha! Are you back in the session now, Mr. Nick?
Yes. I'm shortly back in the session. You commentator cursed me.
I did. I'm now covering for you, as you very graciously did for me last time around.
Thank you.
Oh, well, yeah, James, I was exaggerating how much time they're going to need. You've got 30 seconds on the board. They'll all make it from there. James Clay then over the line. What does he do? 1:15.272, the current pole time, and that's a 16.294 or 293 rather for James Clay. Slots him into 6th position. Paul Hilbrink. Gaydemir has not set a time, so he will not. Nothing representative for him, and that's an invalid lap from Hilbrink. So, oh dear, Paul Hilbrink, the winner of the feature race, is going to be starting way down the order. This looks like it's going to be a pole for Bennett. time is done. Yes, it is. So now that wrong interface. Right. So it is Alex Bennett and Manuel Hoyer that take the front row for the sprint race. Then it is Moritz, Pinsker, Reed, Clay, Lindstrom, Imre, Delisle, Keeman, Knoll, Alvarez, Barton, and those that didn't set a time were Ilbrink, Gadamer, Sorokin, Morris, Dove, and Beale. Ooh, as if this race didn't have enough going on.
That's how it goes.
It is. That is
every time. Alex Bennett with a pole. That's interesting.
You can't say he lucked into that because it was a 15.2. It was a stunning lap.
And Tim Delisle in P9. That's not what he wanted. He wanted redemption for last race, and now he has to fight all over again.
He does. One person we really didn't see at all was Thomas Knoll. There he is in the 84 car.
And Mr. Gadamer.
We didn't see Dominic Gadamer at all either.
No, because they had the collision.
They did, whilst they were still fighting to get the stream up and running first time around. So there he is in the Comrade Gaming number 37. Just waiting for everybody to reappear now. And then we will get the sprint race underway. As a reminder, it is a standing start, no compulsory pit stop for the sprint race. There is Alex Bennett taking his pole spot. So we're just waiting on Lubomir Moritz now to do the same thing. And it is going to be sprinting then for the, and here we go, then everyone is in. And wait for it. And away we go for the sprint race then. There's a decent, that's a cracking start from Lubomir Moritz on the second row. He's already managed to get ahead of Hoyer. I thought he got ahead of Hoyer before they got to turn one. Side by side, Bennett and Hoyer with Moritz in short succession. Moritz now goes to the inside, forces Bennett to the outside. Hoyer takes the lead. But Alex Bennett then wanted to fight back, almost runs off the road. Coming through turn two. Looks like everybody else has made it. Okay, no, it's Gadamer again has gone off the road. Oh my goodness me! Now turn four is
and he's out.
Oh, Dominic again.
Sarah and Beale is having quite an argument.
Yeah, there's that's Thomas Knoll is. Oh my goodness, huge problem there. Knoll that's Imre, I think, facing the wrong way. Oh my goodness, Beale was facing the wrong way. I can't keep up with everybody. Scrapping to try and get back underway.
Barton is out.
Luke Barton is out. I guess he was one of the ones. Oh no, there he gets. Oh, bang! That's why Luke Barton is out. Just wandered a little bit too wide, and he is gone. So two gone from this race. Gadamer not scoring points in either race. He will want to forget this one. But Hoyer leads the way again. Moritz 2, Bennett 3, Phil Reed 4, Tim Delisle 5. Oh, wow. I did think it was going to be pretty intense. Daniel Morris, who has had a pretty... he struggled very much so in the feature race. Up to 7th now. Sorokin's just flying past him for that 6th position. James Clay in 8th.
Ilbrink is in the pits. He was in the big pile-up as well.
He must have been. He's carried on, but he's gone down it. So that's going to really kibosh his race. Cedric Beale is in there as well.
Sarah's in as well. Thomas Knoll. Oh my god.
Ilbrink, Knoll, Barton, Gadamer, Dove and Beale have all been in. Oh, but Bennett and Moritz having a fight with Reed and Delisle in short order as well. That's the view from Phil Reed. He can't do anything. The road is blocked with Moritz and Bennett. He can't get through as we sweep through turn 9. Moritz has nosed ahead, but he's now off camber. He's managed to get the move done before they get into turn 10.
But look at who's waiting. Tim Delisle.
Tim Delisle.
He wanted to get up there.
Yeah, Tim Delisle. It's just like, you carry on, you kill each other. I'm just going to wait for the inevitable explosion to go off.
Let's see if the Pet Warrior will overtake Alex Bennett.
Here comes Phil. Alex Bennett getting a good run on Moritz, as will Phil Reed as well. Bennett having to go to the outside for turn 1. We saw plenty of this in the feature race. Oh, Phil Reed gets a great dive on Bennett, but can't do anything about it. Manuel Hoyer, of course. Oh, Thomas Knoll is Thomas Knoll's had a problem again. What's happened to Knoll? What on earth happened to him? Oh, he's binned it at turn 4.
Oh, you don't have the time to look at that. Phil Reed more. Oh, there, 3 wide. 3 wide. Oh no, only 2 wide.
Let's trying to get the cameras onto the well. There we go. So we've gone back to when. So we have gone back to when Bennett and Lieberman Moritz were side by side. Tim DeLisle's in there as well. Oh my goodness me! Look at that. That's Moritz and Reed side by side, and Tim DeLisle at some point has gone past him. There he goes. That was at turn 4. So that's how Tim DeLisle got past Lieberman Moritz. He's now down into 5th position. Oh wow! What all that's going on? There's Manuel Hoyer just off. He's having a great time up front once again.
He's just, see you guys.
Yeah.
I want this one going into the sunset.
Oh, Phil Reed, poor exit out of turn 10 has given Tim DeLisle the run, or an excellent exit from turn 10 for DeLisle. Has handed
and Morik as well, gotten past him. That was 2 positions.
He has. What's going on with Evan? Oh, Evan's had a problem. What's Evan done? He's ran a bit too wide, bumping over the grass from turn 11.
Evan done?
He seemed to do something completely on his own accord. I don't really know how he managed that.
Phil Reed on
Lieberman Moritz. Oh, wow. Got so close. Moritz defended the inside for turn 4. Phil's going to have to go the long way round, but doesn't manage to do it. Oh, wow. It's so difficult to keep up with. It's a good problem for us commentators to have.
Still side by side. Still side by side. Let's see who gets the power out into turn 8. Now, Phil Reed, this is going to be the outside, but he will want to be there onto the inside in for turn 9 that goes down the hill to turn 10. See, Phil Reed has been... Ooh, he's cutting off him into turn 10, and that was a great move.
It was, but I think his car was getting really loose underneath him as we were on the chopper cam when he was doing all that. He manages to get that one done. He's lost time. Oh, what's happened to Morris? Daniel Morris has lost a position to James Clay. James now up into 7th position, 4 seconds behind Alexei Sirotkin. So Hoyer leads Bennett, leads DeLisle. Oh, Morris has lost another position. That's Keeman has gone past him, heading down towards turn 1. Wow, Keeman getting the fastest lap.
And with quite a margin, actually.
Yeah, it was. Good half a second he's taken out of that one, or yeah, about half a second. DeLisle is now shaping up Alex Bennett. We're coming into turn 4. Whilst all this is going on, Manuel Hoyer has been losing little bits of his lead to this ever-chasing pack. He's going to want to pick that up if he can. Because otherwise he's going to have a whole lot of company. Phil Reed has managed to break free of Lieberman Moritz as well, so Phil can now concentrate on closing in on Tim DeLisle. Tim getting a 15.8 on the board last time around. Cracking lap, but yeah, that lap from Keeman, wow.
Definitely. Well, they seem to be driving a bit slower this time, apparently, in lap times worth. About half a second than what they did before.
Trying to be a bit more cautious. Oh, Keeman's off! Oh, commentator Curse on car 24. What's happened to Keeman? Oh, just pushed it too hard coming through turn 9.
And that's just, the downforce letting go. And then these cars just... Ooh, Tim DeLisle with a 15.2.
Yeah, he went past Alex Bennett as well on the start-finish straight. Just have a look at that. Wow, Tim DeLisle had an absolutely cracking run off the exit at turn 11 through 12 and then just blitzed past Alex Bennett. He had no answer to that whatsoever. So Alex then looking to stay in the tyre tracks of Tim DeLisle.
But a horrible race for Mr. Paul Ilbring, down into P14.
Bear in mind that Paul's been through the pit lane. He was involved in that early
He was
scuffle.
involved in that big accident at the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of people involved in that. So Ilbrink, Dove, Beale, Knoll is out, Barton is out, Gadamer is out. So yeah, quite a few casualties on this race already. Oh, Bennett has lagged. He's either lagged or disconnected. Yeah, he's lagged. Just as I clicked on him, his name vanished. This is why the camera stopped.
He is, he's just pulling a prank on us.
Yeah, but maybe that's a secret weapon.
Oh yeah, true. We can commentator's curse. He can just take himself out of the overlay.
Yeah. No, you shan't look at me.
Nah, exactly.
Oh, DeLisle is closing in quick on Manuel Hoyer. He got another 2 10s out of him. last time around. There he is. There is our race leader. So
he really wants to take the all out of this advantage when his championship rival is at the moment P13. As he just got past Raul.
Raul Alvarez, there he is.
Exactly. Raul.
I can't. Stop it. You know I can't do it properly.
Well, I can't do the last name, so.
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
I don't know that I'm getting the red either.
No, well.
Tim Delar
that's how it
getting.
is.
Tim Delar now less than a second. Oh wow! You saw the tail get very lively on the exit of turn 5.
He's pushing that car to the absolute max.
Isn't he just well? A big button. The exit of turn 10. So sweep through 11 and 12 to complete another lap. That is 7 down.
And he's 3/10 faster.
Interesting that. Yeah, but look at his line. He wasn't in the slipstream of Hoyer whatsoever. Curious on that one. Bennett now 1.3 behind him and has got Phil Reed for company. Phil was quicker than Delisle last time around. Phil getting a 15.6 on the board. So
fastest man on the last lap.
Indeed he was.
He's on a mission.
He does not want to lose the back of Delisle at all as Bennett locks up a little bit coming through turn 4. And now Delisle is shaping up to pressure Hoyer as Reed is finding the pressure onto Bennett. As they continue their run through the respective corners. Jumping between these two fights. Delisle still got a little bit of time to close in on Hoyer as they come down the hill towards turn 10. Phil Reed. He's too far back to make a move through 10. Oh, that's a bad exit from 10 for Alex Bennett. And that puts Phil Reed. I think that put Phil Reed off a little bit. I don't think Tim Delisle's going to be close enough to attack Manuel Hoyer, but look at that.
Reed is definitely going forward here. He's been pushed to the
outside.
Bang!
Bit of DRS possibly as he came out of the corner.
Yeah, probably. But going to the outside has never really been a problem for the Pad Warrior.
So through into third position for Phil Reed. He's got 1.7 seconds to close in before he gets to that man, Tim Delisle, who gained another 2/10 on Manuel Hoyer last time around. They will be crossing swords, if not this lap, then certainly the next. As Alex Bennett is trying to hang on to the back of Phil Reed. Certainly got a lot of pace in that 22 car. So we will see if he's able to deploy it when he wants to. Sirotkin is he's pretty much matching Liebherr Moritz ahead of him to the same 10th of a second. Last time around, James Clay getting the 15s on the board as well. He got a 15.997, his personal best. He gained 4 tenths on the pair ahead of him. He's got 4 seconds to close in. Pinsker and Morris aren't too far apart, although Pinsker is quite a bit quicker than Daniel Morris. About 1.3 seconds difference in Pinsker's favour. And Elbrink all the way down there in 13th position, still getting the 15s in, his personal best, 15.633. Last time around, he's got 9 seconds to close into Erko Lindström, which he will do before the race is done. But yeah, that couldn't have gone much worse for Paul Elbrink. Here we go again, Alex Bennett on the back of Phil Reed. Manuel Hoyer's got a 1:16 dead as his personal best. Nice.
And Tim Delisle has lost a huge amount of time to him.
19 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, 19 thousandths of a second. Unbelievable.
Yawning chasm.
and Phil has, gained a huge of these, 47,000
amount, indeed.
They are so close at the top.
Absolutely. I don't think that any of them are leaving anything on the table. Maybe just being a bit more cautious with how the track is behaving.
Do you think they are more cautious? Don't you think that they only have one gear and that's flat out?
It is very much all or nothing. Yeah, the gas pedal is digital in these things. It's either on or not. It's either on or off.
Yeah.
And nothing in between.
Nope.
Alex Bennett doing his best to stay in the tyre tracks of Phil Reed. And not doing a bad job of doing so. Tim Delisle, let's see what the lap times are. Yep, he's gained that 2/10 back again. Oh, they've got traffic ahead of them. Bennett's getting close. No, can't do anything into turn 1 though. But looking ahead from Manuel Hoyer, that is Cedric Beale that is ahead of him. He could really catch me.
Yeah, could he go in and be a factor in this battle? Let's hope not.
Well, let's hope not. I mean, he should realise that the leaders are coming. He's stayed to the outside line. Oh, he's actually fallen off the road.
That's giving room.
Yeah, very much. And there he goes. He's realised there's more people right behind, so staying very much out of the way. I think, yeah, Phil and Alex are through. And the next pair coming up right behind Cedric. Well, there is Cedric again, still trying to stay out of the way. There goes Liebermeer and Alexei.
It hasn't really been that great a race for the team Tepa Jameses. You know,
Clay and Pinsker.
P7, yeah, P7, P8, you know.
No, but you know, some tracks just don't see some. Oh, Alexei Sorokin, there's that trouble. Oh, that was close. James Clay nearly slamming into the back of Sorokin. What did he do? I think I went wrong for Sorokin before he got there. There's Cedric Beale minding his own business. Oh, Sorokin getting too greedy coming through turn 9. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't think Cedric Beale was doing anything particularly wrong. He was minding his own business rather, and then just got rather caught up.
Keyman is off. Keyman is off. I have that looks like turn 11.
Oh, that was a very weird one. I wonder if he opened his DRS too early.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
Because it's just the downforce just gave up. It decided to have a holiday halfway through the corner.
But also, if you just accelerate just a little bit too early, these cars are like they are really real diva.
And do both, and he's now behind Paul Ilbrink. That's how badly wrong it's gone for Keyman. Although Keyman could challenge Paul. James Clay.
Oh, that's a big one.
He's hit a Marshall Tower. There you go. That was. Oh wow! That was.
Sorokin is off as well.
Oh my goodness me! It's all happening now. Yeah, well, Sorokin was caught out by James Clay. He was trying to. Clay avoidance and ended up going off the road. Tim Delisle, he's getting very close, and Bennett's having a go at Phil Reed. Bennett through. Bennett's gone up into third, but Tim Delisle is on the outside of Manuel Hoyer for turn 2. But can't get it done. He's going to have to slot behind. But the
Could you guys just decide one at a time?
Absolutely. Oh, here comes Delisle again. He's one of the run, heading down to turn 4. I think Manuel's going to have to let that one go. Very nicely done by Tim Delisle.
And Bennett got Phil Reed as well. So both positions swapped in one lap.
Will Manuel... Oh, Manuel got a little bit twitchy on the exit of turn 6. I think Manuel's going to struggle to keep up with the pace of Tim Delisle. Oh, James Clay and Evan Imre now having a fight. That's down in 8th and 9th. It's Evan. Oh, what's Manuel done? Don't think he's done anything. No, he's just staying in the tyre tracks. Oh, trouble for Paul Ilbrink! Oh, I think him and Keyman have come together. Turn 4. Oh, yes, they did. Paul went for the inside manoeuvre trying to defend from Keyman. I think at some point Keyman must have gone ahead of Paul. And as he's gone for the corner, Keyman's turned in and gone underneath Ilbrink. And that has brought his recovery to an end.
He just simply braked too late and in the middle of the corner were a bit too slow. And that just cut Keyman off.
Oh,
Sarah giving great room to the front runners.
Sarah staying very much out of the way. There's Lieberman Moritz that is catching in the back of it.
Delisle's car's looking very unstable. He's looking a bit wobbly in some places.
Interestingly, something's gone on with this top pack. Suddenly Alex Bennett has absolutely left Phil Reed behind and slashed the gap between himself and Manuel Hoyer in half. That was about 2.6 seconds when we were looking at the other issues. Now that is dramatically short. It's now down to 1.3, and Moritz is off. He's gone off. Where's he done that? That is down. Oh, he's gone on the outside of what I think was Sarah Dove. Oh, he's just about managed to keep it out of the wall. I think it was Sarah. It was indeed. Again, Sarah just unlucky being where she was caught there. Nothing anyone can do. Sarah Dove's actually come in the pits. That's the second time she's come in the pits.
No, first time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, first time.
I thought she came in with the... oh, yeah, beg your pardon. Yeah, that was the first time. So she's in. That's a great shame for her. Manuel Hoyer now 9/10 behind Delisle. This top pack now spread out a little bit. Sorokin and Clay! Sorokin and Clay side by side. Big dent in the rear wing of Sorokin's car. That's not going to be helping him any. So he's had an argument backwards with something.
Well, he has been off 2 or 3 times.
It's true.
He was in the wall at turn 9 when he decided to take a picnic.
Yeah, see the sights.
Sightseeing.
Phil
now
Reed.
With
Phil lost 0.6 of a second last time around on Alex Bennett. The top 3 getting into the 15s. 15.9 for Hoyer and Bennett. 15.8 for Tim Delisle.
He got a bit wide in turn 4 and turn 6. So not anything too dramatic, but that's why he lost. And see, this lap he is definitely on par with the fast guys again.
And Raul Alvarez doing well to stay out of the way of the top 2. Oh, and that's Lindstrom and Clay having a fight now. That is for 10th position. Erka Lindstrom has nailed the 9 car through turn 10.
That's a alternative front wing he is having on now, Mr. James.
That's why he's struggling. Yeah, redesigned front wing on the Team Tepper car. Phil Reed has closed back in on Bennett. He either got caught out with the back marker or he's made a mistake. It's Phil Reed now right on Alex's case.
Well, he did take 4/10 on the last lap.
He certainly did. Tim Delisle still leads.
The Pet Warrior's going strong.
The Pet Warrior. The force is strong with this one.
Exactly.
Let's see the lap times then. Tim Delisle comes over the line. That is a 16.2 for the top 2. 16.4 and 16.2. Now, bear in mind there was a back marker on. They all encountered on that lap, which was Raul Alvarez.
The overlay decided to just change the last time because him and Hoyer actually had the same lap time just before.
Cedric Beale has come in the pits. His race is pretty much run. There's Erka Lindstrom and Alexei Sorokin having a scrap for 9th position. Like Erka was dancing with his car a little bit coming through turn 12. Is he a Pad Warrior as well? His car looked very, very skitty.
Well, Sorokin's, I think
no,
that's
Lindstrom.
Oh, Lindstrom. I don't know if he's a Pad Warrior.
Yeah, just the way the car was behaving, unless he's just very light on downforce at the moment. His car looked a little skitty to me.
These cars are, because they really want, still the downforce, but you have so much time on this track where you're just flat out that you don't want too much. So I think these are trimmed as much as they can. So that's why a lot of them might be on the limit. And Mr. Reed is definitely looking at Bennett soon. Oh, he actually lost a bit of time on that lap.
He did. A huge 10th of a second.
Yeah, and Bennett gained a huge
3,000ths of a second. Yeah, he did on Manuel Hoyer. 3 laps to go. Just under 3 minutes remaining of what has been an incredibly frantic Phillip Island. Well, Phillip Island is never dull. Doesn't matter what you throw at it, unless you're on a bicycle or something. It's the only way you'll have a dull race here.
Well, the only way you will have a dull race here might be if you put Formula 1 on here. Because they can make every track horrible.
How dare you, sir?
Well, they can. Some tracks.
We will have discussions about that, sir.
Watch an F2 race and then go watch an F1 race afterwards. That's definitely not the same amount of excitement.
Moving on.
I won that one.
Having never watched F2, I can't really comment on that. 2 to go. Less than 2 minutes remain. Tim Delisle is holding on to his lead. Manuel Hoyer is matching him to the 10th of a second. The top 4 lapping within 0.2 of one another. With Liebherr Moritz very much on his own in 5th position. James Pinsker in 6th. That's a back marker that's near him. That is Raul Alvarez. Morris in 7th. Evan Imre 8th. These guys are all fairly well spread apart from their respective...
I think Bennett made a mistake in turn 4 because Reed has gotten very close.
Yes,
within 0.2 of a second now.
Going down to turn 9. There's that favoured wide line from Phil. Kicking up a bit of dust from Bennett. As we sweep through turn 11. And it's going to be the final lap. And the checkered flag will fall in 45 seconds time.
You do know that on to the second to last lap we had top 4 within 4 seconds.
We do
this
indeed.
Has been so incredible close at the front.
Oh, Paul Ilbrey is just absolutely mugged Alexei Sorokin. So Paul doing what he can. His recovery drive was going apace, but sadly then a tangle with Keeman put an end to that. And as soon as Tim Delisle...
He needs to be up here just to get a bit of points so that with a Delisle top position.
At least if you're going to have a bad race, having the bad race in the sprint race is less damaging and you lose less points. Or is the
Do they get less points? I actually don't know.
Oh, generally the sprint race is worth less points wise than the feature race. That may have changed as haven't had a chance to look. But coming around the final bend for the final time here at Phillip Island, your winner for the sprint race is car number 16. It is Tim Delisle, very closely followed by Manuel Hoyer. Oh, Bennett! He did! Bennett lost that podium spot!
Oh my
Phil Reed on the final turn got the drag he needed, and that's a replay of it. Phil Reed has managed to nick that 3rd position by a 1/10 of a second. Liebherr Moritz comes home in 5th.
Goodness, he will be furious with that one.
I'm sure Phil will be quite pleased with it.
Oh yeah, well
Pinsker's 6th. Here comes Morris for 7th position. Evan Imre is going to come home in 8th. Then it is Aka Lindstrom for 9th. Keeman chases him home to round out the top 10. There's Paul Ilbrink. A distant 11th, 50 seconds near enough behind the leader. Then it is Alexei Sorokin coming home for 12th. James Clay in the rearranged Team Tepper car for 13th.
See the Pad Warrior going strong.
Didn't he just?
Incredible finish, incredible.
And
just really sneaking it there.
And newcomer Raul Alvarez.
Raul.
And James Clay is having some fun out there, throwing his car into the wall.
Phil Reed is going the other way.
Yep, he's decided to have some fun as well. Why not? The race is done. The only car left across the line is this man, Raul Alvarez. He's back at 10-10. He can't lose the position because everybody else has already finished. Everyone behind him has retired or is a lap down. So I think it's clear. There we go. He's now going through the final turn. So,
ooh, Phil, that was
right. So if I can get the results to the results don't want to go back up to the top for some reason. Don't know why. the results page wanted to stay at start me at position 7, but it's Tim Delisle has taken the win. Manuel Hoyer 2, Phil Reed 3, Alex Bennett 4, Liebherr Moritz 5, James Pinsker 6th, Daniel Morris 7, Evan Imre 8, Eka Lindstrom 9, and Keeman rounding out the top 10. Oh, wow! What a race!
that was cool. again. This is one hell of a track.
Just a bit. So we see who wants to have a chat to us. Nobody yet? Well, we'll give them a chance because they have only just finished what has been a crazy pair of races. Whew. Just about catching my breath after that one.
Ooh, we have Mr. Elbring in the...
Let's grab Paul in for a chat. Hello, Paul Elbrink.
Hello.
Didn't quite go your way to the feature race did.
It certainly did. Sprint race, not so much.
What happened? Did you get caught up in that very chaotic turn 4 incident?
Yeah, well, like it went already wrong in the qualifying where I ran like off the track, even though I had like a substantial run-off still on the outlap, but I still hit the wall, so destroyed the car. And this track doesn't allow you to reset on the outlap, so
yeah.
like it starts counting your hot lap when you exit the pits for a second time. So I would be going for a really slow time as well, but then also crashed on that lap, so it didn't really matter. Then the start was actually quite good on the sprint race, but I had to avoid the car in front of me, and then I think there was a Tepa car in front of that who like was doing burnouts or something, so I had to like slam the brakes again, despite having a good start. Got thrown at the back, and then indeed that mess in turn 4, like I don't know what people were doing, but yeah, should give it a little bit more room to each other, I guess, because it ruins the race for a lot of people that way, but it is what it is.
Certainly. Are you starting to think about defending for the championship? We saw you just keep on going, even though you had this crash and issue and pit on the sprint race.
That has nothing to do with the championship, really. I just don't like just giving up. Like, even though the situation was like quite bad, a lot of people having bad luck. So, like later on in the race, I also got into an incident with I'm Keyman, and if that didn't happen, I could have like got a top 10 out of this race, still somewhat decent points. But as long as the car is drivable, I'll always keep going. So that's just what it is. It has little to do with the championship, because as you can see, Tim was like so quick, even despite not setting a good time at qualifying either, and still won the race. So if he doesn't make a lot more mistakes, he's looking good for the championship again, I think.
So Nürburgring next week, you looking forward to that one?
It's a good track, I think. I don't think I've driven it in this car, but it should be fun.
Awesome. Well, best of luck for that, and thank you for joining us, Paul Elbrink.
Thank you.
That is Sarah Dove that is in the box. He's always willing to have a chat to us, irrespective of how a race has gone. Let's grab
That's
her
true.
in here. Sarah Dove!
Hello.
It's been a few weeks since I've had the pleasure of having a chat with you.
Yeah.
Looks like you struggled a little bit. You were having it looked like for most of the feature race it was going really well for you, and then just fell apart at the last. What happened?
Well, it was going pretty well. The start was a bit iffy because I wasn't quite being able to keep up with the people in front, but then kind of got in a rhythm and jumped some people in the pits, and then kind of just got bumped off the track twice while side by side, so
Not good. And in the sprint race, again, there was a lot of mayhem going on in turn 4 in particular. Did that catch you out as well?
yeah, I was behind, like coming out of turn 2, I was behind Daniel and I was getting a slipstream on him, so I went around him, and then I thought I could take Thomas Knoll on the inside because it was clear, but because of where I was compared to him, he was blocking the braking marker, so I braked a bit too late and then realised that I had, and then locked up and then hit somebody, so I messed up. And then after that I came back around and everyone had crashed, so
Even the greats make mistakes.
yeah.
So moving on then, it's Nürburgring next week. Is that a track that does well for you?
No.
Oh dear.
This would have been, if I hadn't been crashed, would have probably been my best track this season. But
Oh, I see.
again, I mess it all up. So
Unless would you prefer to take the Ford around Nords?
yeah,
You would.
no, I prefer to take this around North.
Oh god, you
I mean, you
crazy.
drive this at North. That'd be good.
Mm.
The longest sixth gear with full DRS on the big straight.
That would be quite some top speed there.
That sounds like lunacy to me. But
That's why it's great.
well, we wish you the best of luck for next week and the rest of the season. Thank you very much for joining us, Saradav.
Thank you.
Who should we have next, Mr. Dom?
Well, let's get the pad warrior himself, Mr. Phil Reed.
Phil Reed.
King Kodiak and friend.
Hello to you.
And friend. From Mr. Pad, Pad Warrior there.
Yes.
Wow, weren't you a busy man today?
I had a lot of fun. It got to a point where the rear end started to be unhappy in both races, but yeah, it was good fun. Good racing.
Was it tyre temps, tyre heat, tyre wear or tyre temp? What was the cause of that?
I'm fairly sure it was the tyre temperatures just getting a little bit hot. I think just pushing it a little bit too hard, having a bit too much wheel spin here and there, causing it to just be a little bit less grip than I would have liked. But in the end, I mean, I feel like in the end the mistake that I made in the first race was just down to me running off the track onto the grass, which is not really grass anymore, it's kind of ice. So that sent me around, and unfortunate for that because I thought I was doing all right, but it put me in a fun position, I think, for the end.
Looking forward to Nürburgring next week?
Ooh, that's a good question. I kind of don't particularly get on with the Nürburgring GP layout, to be honest. Not too much anyway, and I think I don't know how well I did last time we were here in this car, but I remember the first time we were here I couldn't get my head around it, but at the same time it was the first ever race in this car, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think about any track with the new tyre model, to be honest, so I go in with every race just with zero expectations now.
Phil, did you run with quite low downforce? Because you just seem to have, take everybody on the main straight.
Well, I was running a high downforce setup like everybody else. I mean, whether I had the lower of the three settings that you can have for high downforce compared to others, I don't know. I would imagine there are a few others that probably had the same, because I'm just running the standard VRS.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it felt like I was okay on the straight lines, but it didn't feel like I was doing too much. I feel like most of the time people were kind of sitting back, which kind of gave the impression maybe that they were slower. I think, although I am Keeman, he said that I was quite quick on the straights as well, so maybe he had a slightly higher downforce, or as much downforce as you can get. But I mean, I was just trying as much as I could to keep close in that final section, and that kind of gives you the slingshot that you need. That's how I got past Alex on the final run. So yeah,
it was very nicely done. We even replayed it just to be sure.
Yay!
Great stuff. Thank you very much, and wish you the best of luck for the remainder of the season. Thank you very much, Phil Reed.
Thank you very much.
And finally, it's the crazy Scotsman itself. It is Evan Imre.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Phil, how you doing?
Oh, doing great. Great.
So then, Evan, again, it looked like you had a lot to do for both races as well. Talk us through it.
Well, the first race I'd messed up qualifying, started on the back row, and then there was a couple of crashes. The first lap, avoided them, and then eventually there was this 5 or 6 car train that had built up,
There was at one point, yeah.
In the middle of the race, yeah, and well, I kind of started to fall back a bit as I hadn't done much practice. But if you were able to hang on to the slipstream, yeah, you would have been fine. Which was, I thought, was kind of the game for both races. But I had a little crash with Erka at some point as well, which I lost about 6 or 7 seconds with. So I should have been in the fight with Sarah and that. But in the end, Erka crashed. Well, Erka went off. James took out Sarah and took out himself. And I think I ended up 10th or 11th in the first race. And then sprint race, it's kind of the same thing, just avoiding the crashes. Although we didn't actually avoid any of the crash at all on the first lap. I was stationary for like 10 seconds as everyone tried to get themselves sorted out after Erka attacked James. And then I only had a little tiny bit of front wing damage and stayed out and ended up 8th after Alexi and James Clay hit each other. So that was good points there.
Yeah, so you're not drunk enough then, fella, eh?
No, I'm not drunk yet, but maybe later. Aye.
So Nürburgring next week, is that what you're looking forward to?
No, I might have to get drunk pre-race for that.
Well, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. Go out and get bashed. And
Alright.
Scottish phrase, go look that one up if you wish. Thank you very much for joining us, Evan Imre.
Thank you very much.
That is going to be it for this evening. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream. A great pleasure to have you alongside us. Thank you very much, Nick Domino, for keeping me on the straight and narrow. My God, did I need it. I'm very much appreciative of you joining me, good sir.
Yeah, well, it's always a pleasure, and with this great racing, we always have something to talk about.
Oh, didn't we just? Absolutely. So as mentioned, next week it is Nürburgring for the Formula Renault 3.5 Championship, but there's plenty of racing going on in between then and now, so do check back with us then. Thank you very much to our sponsors. Without you guys, AOL would not continue to grow, and we shall be back next week. So do check back with us then. Thank you very much, and good night!